From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer.
This morning on our continuing series, Forever Young, A Guide to Life After 50 or even before 50, menopause. It's a stage women pass through somewhere between the ages of 40 and 60. It's also a reality most have been conditioned not to talk about. But in her book, This Is Not Your Mother's Menopause, One Woman's Natural Journey Through Change, Trisha Posner reveals how these can be the best years of our lives. Sure. How are you, Trisha? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Well, you're not a doctor. You're not a nurse.
No.
You look like a rock star in that outfit. Why did you decide to write this book?
Because I had gone to the doctor and was phoned up a couple of days later and told that I was in menopause, and in absolute shock because I was 46 and there was no, not that I could see there were any apparent symptoms. And when he told me that my test showed that very high on the hormone levels, I decided to get back home. And what was I going to do? Because I have a lot of breast cancer in the family. My mother, 2 aunts and a cousin. And his only choice for me was HRT.
Hormone replacement therapy.
Hormone replacement or nothing.
Which concerned you because that creates a slight increase.
Yeah, a 5% increase in breast cancer, and that really concerned me. And I've never come out of a doctor's office feeling so deflated before, thinking, what am I going to do?
And yet it has a lot of great advantages for people in terms of staving off heart disease, which kills many, many more women than breast cancer.
But there's so many contradictions, as you know. 1 month is one thing, 1 month is another thing. So what I did, I investigated the HRT, hormone replacement, and decided it was not for me because of all the breast cancer, and then decided to duplicate everything that HRT could do for the bones, the heart, and the skin, the hair, depression, lack of sexual desire, all those things, and use myself as a guinea pig. And that's what I did.
You're not saying, though, that hormone replacement therapy shouldn't be used for everyone. You're just saying in your particular situation you didn't feel comfortable.
In my particular situation, I didn't feel comfortable. But I must say, I have had so many letters telling me, even from women that are on HRT, that they found that my book was extremely helpful because they could extract either the nutrition or the exercise program or the empowerment that I felt from it, because I will be 50 next year.
You look incredible.
And well,
wow, look at that outfit. It's great. Well, tell me first of all, I know that you're taking what, about 20 vitamin and herbal supplements a day.
Yes, and they vary. I think as you go through this whole process, you're adding and taking, and you're putting in, you're taking out. Like, for instance, I no longer have the hot flushes. Thank goodness, because that was the worst.
Did you really put your head in the freezer?
Yeah, I put my head in the freezer at Thanksgiving.
That's better
Thanksgiving
than
lunch.
Your head in the oven.
I know, they all thought that was nuts. I'm sure, absolutely. But I didn't know what to do. I had to get relief. And that was because I used myself at that period as an experiment. I took down the vitamin E to 400 instead of 800. And I'm telling you, that night I was way back on it.
Way back on?
Yeah, I went back up, yeah. And then I gradually started to go down again. And thank goodness, at the moment, no hot flushes.
Can you tell us, basically, I know you can't go through every supplement you take, but what you focus on in terms of vitamins and herbal supplements?
Well, yeah, what I was really concerned about were my bones. So the calcium was very important to me. I felt that the E's, the soy, C's, I mean, I just went through. What I did actually was I made a plan for the menopause symptoms, and then I took what I called the other side. There was the in and the outside the body. I had to take care of all of it, what was going on.
So do women need to do sort of a trial and error type thing in terms of their own program?
I think we need to take charge of our life. Yeah, I really think every woman's body is different. And I think when you go to the gynecologist and you're not sure, and he or she says to you, I want you to take this pill, go away, think about it. We have choices now. We should go out there and do our own research, just not listen to the doctor. We should really use it as an empowerment thing. I think what you brought to the colon issue, I would love to bring to the menopause issue and take the shame away from it as well, because so many people, women, are so ashamed of this. And I think that could be because all the books I started to read when I was researching this were so depressing. It made it sound like life was over. But for me, it was like a rebirth. I just like came alive. It was a new beginning for me.
Well, Trisha Posner, the book is called This Is Not Your Mother's Menopause. Thanks so much for coming in, and hopefully it'll give good advice for a lot of women out there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. If you want to read an excerpt from the book, you can log on to our website at today.msnbc.com. And up next, we have a story of mistaken identity. But first, this is Today on NBC.